First tonight on our news, live at 7. After demolishing 13 abandoned buildings in the downtown area, government is inviting entrepreneurs to be a part of the revitalisation. We'll tell you how. Plus, after electing a new vice president, Bar Association members now at odds over the new pick. Why members are speaking out against the move. Straight ahead. Plus, a heat advisory is in place for the Northwest Bahamas for the next few days, what the Ministry of Health is advising you do to stay safe. Then at our news at 7:30. Amid rising power bills and frequent power outages, Bahamas Power and Light has a renewable generation initiative, making way for solar panel installations at home. Our news live at 7 starts right now. Welcome to our news live at 7. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Berthany McDermott, and for Candino Knows. Downtown Nassau's major revitalization push continues, with government now preparing to roll out new investment opportunities for Bahamians. The Deputy Prime Minister, who is leading the charge, says requests for proposals will be issued within weeks, marking the next phase of the downtown redevelopment project that began with the demolition of derelict buildings.
In short order, going to have an RFP for Bahamians to participate in the redevelopment of the Levy building site, as well as the old Gaming Board Hotel Corporation site on Goodman's Bay.
The Levy building, torn down in July, was the 13th structure demolished in 2 years as part of the government's effort to clean up Bay Street. It's part of a years-long journey to redevelop the city center. Looking ahead, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation Chester Cooper says downtown Nassau is being positioned for an expansion of residential communities.
It's important to get residences and hotels downtown to improve the level of activity with residents. Hopefully downtown will become more of a living city. We are pre-designing a development downtown that would help to advance really the movement of the progress. But we need entrepreneurs, developers, Bahamians involved. The government cannot do it alone.
Cooper says government will facilitate the process with refined plans and funding, but stressed that private developers and entrepreneurs must take the lead. The RFP is expected to include concepts like rooftop bars, retail, residences, and hotels.
And we hope that that process can be launched hopefully within the next 30 days. And then we can go from there, getting Bahamian participation involved with this exercise.
While major projects are still ahead, Cooper says smaller steps are already improving downtown, with stakeholders upgrading buildings and new planters recently installed.
That process is going to start here at the British Colonial Building, and that's going to go all the way down at least to East Street and beyond. And we hope that that will help to bring downtown aesthetically to life.
Additionally, Cooper says East Bay Street has begun growing interest since the demolitions began, though he admits infrastructural changes remain.
Downtown still floods too quickly, and therefore we're talking with the Ministry of Works to see how we can consistently clean the culverts, but more importantly have a longer-term plan for infrastructure works.
If you're looking for work, there are opportunities available at Royal Beach Club, Paradise Island. In addition to holding a job fair this week, the resort is looking for lifeguards and aquatic guides as the new beach club is expected to open soon. It's the latest effort by the company to provide hundreds of jobs by Bahamians as it approaches an aggressive opening target date of December this year. RCI's Talent Acquisition Director is Cindy Williams-Johnson.
Yes, the swim test is on Saturday from 9 to 3 at the Betty Kelly Complex, and we're looking for dynamic individuals that are looking for the opportunity to be lifeguard or senior lifeguard or lifeguard leads. But in addition to that, we do have other events that we are sponsoring and hosting for our F&B positions.
The cruise liner has committed to fitting its newest attractions with Bahamians. The company is also committed to a 51-49 ownership split between themselves and the Bahamian people. So what qualities are they looking for, and are you up to the task?
Everyone needs to have a skilled background in certain areas that they're looking for open opportunities. But at the end of the day, we're looking for individuals that are dynamic, that are committed, that are dedicated, that are looking to grow in their career. And so if you have that enthusiasm, come out and visit with us. We'll have a conversation with you, and then we can go from there.
Janine's Uniform Center giving back to the community today during one of the store's busiest seasons of the year. The community staple hosting a block party and coupon giveaway on Friday. Our Joshua Williams was there and has this report.
In a matter of days, school will be open and students will step into the classrooms with their clean new uniforms. And our friends at Janine's Uniform Center provides thousands of uniforms for students every year. On Friday, the store holding a block party and 20% blowout sale to give back to its customers. Managing Director is Martha Wallace.
Wow, the bouncing castle, the snow cones, the popcorns, the hot dogs, the hamburgers, the juice, the water, you name it. In addition to all of that, we have coupons that will be given away every hour.
As parents make preparations, Wallace say they've been coming in droves. She takes special note of the VAT holiday she says has benefited parents greatly. It's also a community effort helping those in need.
Well, we're still giving out those bags to persons like the Centerville Adventist Church. We're giving bags and stuff to Great Commission. We have given coupons and stuff to some churches who we couldn't get an opportunity to pull the bags, like Evangelistic Center and Believers Embassy International. So we're still doing our part.
I spoke to this father who says when you dress well, you perform well.
The more you give, the more better for them, you know what I mean? Especially the school stuff, you know, you want to make sure when they sit down in class, they get what they're supposed to get and they learn more better, you know? So that's what I try to do with my father back to school.
And while there are a few days left in the month, time is winding down. Wallace says supplies are running out fast.
While the demand is high, Wallace says every child should have an opportunity to dress their best.
Well, we want to be able to make sure that every child is a chance that they could be the next prime minister. So we want every child in school. And so for that reason, we're having the 20% today, and then we go back to the buy four, get one free. So we're going to continue that special while supplies last.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Joshua Williams.
Thanks, Joshua. A man is behind bars accused of killing a suspect in a 2021 murder. Prosecutors allege that Kenna Umbrista shot Sean Higgs in an ambush outside of Superwash on Nassau Street on August 9th. Umbrista didn't have to enter a plea to the charge when he stood before Chief Magistrate Roberto Reckley. Bail was denied and Umbrista is due back in court on November 20th to receive voluntary bill of indictment papers. At the time of his death, Higgs was on bail for the February 8th shooting death of Frederick Ferguson at Lincoln Boulevard. In June 2024, Higgs was acquitted of the 2013 murder of Amadi Knowles and Ardrevic Telusma in Camp Road. An election within the Bahamas Bar Association has sparked controversy. Our News understands attorney Bijan Ferguson was elected vice president of the criminal committee, but the move isn't sitting well with some attorneys. Several speaking to Our News anonymously saying they're not in agreement because Ferguson is facing an accessory to bribery charge, part of that high-profile police corruption case before the U.S. courts. Former bar president Muriel Ducil KC, however, telling a local daily the case isn't relevant and that everyone is presumed innocent until proven guilty. Another attorney we spoke to called the matter, quote, no big deal, end quote, pointing to Ferguson's long history of active service on the committee. But Our News has learned that the election was voided after too few attorneys took part. The criminal committee is just one of several within the Bar Association, including family law, junior law, and intellectual property. The Ministry of Health and Wellness warning residents in the Northwest Bahamas of a dangerous heat wave today. Forecasters say the heat index soared between 106 and 114 degrees across New Providence, Grand Bahama, Abaco, Bimini, the Berry Islands, Andros, and Eleuthera. Health officials stressing that extreme heat can lead to serious illness, from dizziness and fainting to heat exhaustion and even a stroke, which can be deadly if untreated. The elderly, young children, and those with health conditions are most at risk. Authorities are urging everyone to stay cool and hydrated, avoid long hours outdoors, and wear light clothing, sunscreen, and a hat. Both the Ministry of Health and the Met Office say they'll continue monitoring conditions as the heat wave develops. It's time now for your first look at temperatures. Meteorologist Greg Thompson is standing by with your weekend forecast. Greg?
Yeah, thanks, Bertha, and a happy Friday evening, everybody. A very warm day around the islands. We still had some moisture, so we saw some thunderstorm activity. We had a couple of those here in the capital earlier today. But temperatures are still on the warm side. 88 is our current temperature. With a few clouds, it is humid out there. Feels like 96 with a northwest wind at 5 miles per hour. Temperatures around the islands right now, it's 87 in Freeport, Grand Bahama, Alistown, Bimini. We pick up 88s. Nicholstown, Andros, Great Harbour Key, over in Governor's Harbour, Marsh Harbour, Abaco 86, here in the capital 88. Central Bahamas, all in the upper 80s there. 88 Kemps Bay, we pick up 87s, Black Point, Exuma, Georgetown, Deadman's Key and Port Nelson, Rum Key, Arthurstown, Cat Island 86, Cookman Townsend, Salvador 85, and into Southeast Bahamas 85 in Duncantown, Ragged Island, Abrahams Bay, and Providence, GLS Turks and Caicos Islands 87, Colonel Hill, Cricket Island, Delectable Bay 86. Matthew Town, Inago, Deep South, you are the warm spot down there. Your temperature right now is at 88. Satellite radar composite, we still have some leftover moisture from Aaron, which is pulling well to the north, and it's a very big and large, powerful storm still out there. That moisture plume will continue across our area throughout the weekend, so we're seeing some spotty showers, maybe even an isolated thunderstorm or two. But in the meantime, heat. We do have a heat advisory for the entire chain of islands, so if you plan on doing anything on the outdoors, make sure you stay hydrated and wear some light-colored clothing. That's your first look at weather. Stick with us, a look at the tropics, and your extended forecast is still to come.
Coming up in sports, training camp is done, the friendlies are done, and now we get to the games that count. We look ahead to the America.
Hey, Greg Thompson here, and thank you for watching. Be sure to hit that follow button. And if you want to see more content like this, follow all of our news social media pages. And hey, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team you already trust.
The concert is going to be dealing with how life was in the Bahamas in the past, what has changed, and what still remains the same. I'll be taking them down, I hope, not Memory Lane, but Memory Avenue. There's a big area we're going to be covering.
Nassau, get ready for a night you simply won't want to miss. For the first time in over 40 years, experience an evening with Eddie Minutes live at the Amphitheater, Nassau Cruiseport.
Every week, one show drives the national conversation. On the Record, we challenge the issues, ask the tough questions, and dig deeper. We bring in the experts, the decision makers, and the voices that matter. Our discussions shape policy, influence change, and inform the public like no other. Join us every Thursday at 8 p.m. and again on Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Catch us streaming live on Facebook or catch up with your favorite episodes on our YouTube channel. The conversations that shape the Bahamas start here, on the Record.
What do you get when you're searching for the whole truth?
Less than 24 hours after the body of 12-year-old was discovered on a track road on Faith Avenue, police say
You get the most comprehensive half hour of news.
Breach of the party's constitution.
Behind me is what remains of the Victoria Court apartment complex.
Our news at 7 brings you that truth in all of the days.
Welcome to Our Sports at 7, presented by 10th year seniors here at ESPN Fantasy Football's Ultimate Draft Weekend at the Bahama Resort. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. Let's do show. We're less than 24 hours away from tip-off in Managua, Nicaragua at the FIBA America, and Team Bahamas is prepared to take on one of the toughest fields the program has ever faced.
After 10 days of training camp, we get to the games that count, the first of 3 in the group stage, the USA. Facing the world's greatest international basketball superpower and with a first-time head coach in Lou Rawls-Nairn Jr., Team Bahamas remains confident in keeping the momentum going that they built over the last few years. The Bahamas will follow with a back-to-back against Brazil Sunday night, a scheduled day off on Monday, and a matchup against Uruguay the following day.
The Buddy Hield Elite 24 basketball camp gives local players and coaches the opportunity to learn what it takes to take their game to the next level.
Hield's 3-day camp concluded this afternoon following several sessions of on-the-court instruction and off-the-court mentoring to the country's best young players. Coaches were also on hand to benefit from the way Hield and his group of instructors taught the game.
Mixed results last night for local volleyball fans as the Kazova Senior Championships continued.
The Bahamas' men's team struggled in Pool A but defeated Barbados in 5 sets to advance to tonight's semifinals 22-25, 25-29, 25-20, 18-25, 15-12. They face a rematch against the defending champion Suriname tonight at 8 p.m. The women lost the 5th place game to Suriname in 3 sets and concluded the tournament winless. And your 10YS Plays of the Week.
That'll do it for our sports. Stay tuned to our news at 7:30 for details on these stories and more.
When our news comes back from the break, we turn our spotlight to stories making headlines across the world. Famine has officially been determined in Gaza. An international aid group says conditions will likely spread south by the end of September. Plus, a trainee surgeon in Australia was released on bail Friday after being charged with secretly recording hundreds of medical colleagues in hospital restrooms. And the Trump administration widening its crackdown on immigration, this time targeting people who already hold valid U.S. visas. The story when our news returns.
Yo, what's good, my loyal viewers? Ronaldo Dorset of 10YS here. First of all, thanks so much for watching, but be sure to hit that follow button. If you'd like to see more content like this, follow all of the R News social media pages, and of course, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team, well, from the teams you already trust.
Every week, one show drives the national conversation. On the Record. We challenge the issues, ask the tough questions, and dig deeper. We bring in the experts, the decision makers, and the voices that matter. Our discussions shape policy, influence change, and inform the public like no other. Join us every Thursday at 8 p.m. and again on Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Catch us streaming live on Facebook or catch up with your favorite episodes on our YouTube channel. The conversations that shape the Bahamas start here, on the Record.
What do you get when you're searching for the whole truth?
Less than 24 hours after the body of 12-year-old was discovered on a track road on Faith Avenue, police say they...
You get the most comprehensive half hour of news.
Breach of the party's constitution.
Behind me is what remains of the Victoria Court apartment complex.
Our News at 7 brings you that truth in all of the day's top stories, sports, and our view of the world. Join me, Kendino Knowles, weeknights for Our News at 7. Stay with the team you already trust.
From 2017, one show has set.
This is our news. Welcome back. We turn our attention now to stories making headlines across the world. For the first time in the Middle East, famine has officially been determined, and it's in Gaza. The Integrated Food Security Phase Classification, a global initiative backed by the UN and aid groups, said Friday that famine conditions are already present in Gaza City and will likely spread south by the end of September. The report warns more than 500,000 people are facing catastrophic hunger, with over 1 million others at emergency levels. By fall, nearly a third of Gaza's population could be in famine. Israel rejected the findings, calling them an outright lie and blaming Hamas for the crisis. Aid groups say supplies are stuck at Gaza's border and that food kits are expiring while children starve. A trainee surgeon in Australia was released on bail Friday after being charged with secretly recording hundreds of medical colleagues in hospital restrooms. Police say Ryan Chow faces nearly 500 charges relating to more than 4,500 videos allegedly filmed since 2021. The 28-year-old was ordered to live with his parents and post a $50,000 surety. Police say at least 460 women were recorded. However, there's no allegation he shared the footage. Chow was arrested in July after a phone was discovered recording in a mesh bag at a Melbourne hospital. He has not entered a plea. The Trump administration is widening its crackdown on immigration, this time targeting people who already hold valid U.S. visas. The State Department confirmed Thursday it is reviewing more than 55 million visa holders worldwide for any violations that could lead to deportation. Officials say every holder is now under continuous vetting, including social media checks, immigration and law enforcement records, and possible ties to terrorism. Secretary of State Marco Rubio also announced the U.S. will stop issuing work visas for foreign truck drivers, saying they endanger Americans and undercut U.S. jobs. Critics, including the Council on Foreign Relations, warned the move could worsen labor shortages and disrupt supply chains. A federal judge is blocking Texas from requiring public schools to display the 10 Commandments in every classroom. The ruling comes just weeks before the law was set to take effect September 1st. Families and faith leaders argued it violates the First Amendment's protections for religious freedom. In his 55-page order, U.S. District Judge Fred Byrie said students would likely have questions about the posters that teachers would feel pressured to answer. Texas is the third state where such laws have been blocked, following Louisiana and Arkansas. Supporters say the 10 Commandments are part of America's legal foundation, but the case is expected to head to the Supreme Court. Still to come in our news, Today in History. Find out interesting facts about the day that was August 22nd. And then in our news at 7:30, BPL CEO Tony Seymour talks solar energy as consumers battle high power costs and outages. And a man looking to avenge the rape of a relative is convicted of attempted murder. We'll tell you how much time he'll spend behind bars when our news returns.
From 2017, one show has set the standard for current affairs in the Bahamas, and that's On the Record, one of the longest-running current affairs shows on RTV. We've been the place where newsmakers come to talk. We've sat down with leaders in government, cultural icons, industry leaders, and international experts. From breaking news to in-depth analysis, our conversation sets the tone for the nation. We've tackled the biggest issues on the planet, held world leaders accountable, and given voice to the people. From politics to culture, business to the environment, no topic is off limits. Join us every Thursday at 8 p.m. and again on Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Catch us streaming live on Facebook or catch up with your favorite episodes on our YouTube channel. 9 seasons strong, and we're just getting started. This is On the Record.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet.
On this day in Bahamian history in 1964, Kevin Peter Turnquest was born in Acklands. Turnquest is an accountant, businessman, politician, and former Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Finance. Turnquest attended Hawksbill High School in Freeport, Grand Bahama, and graduated from Prairie View A&M University in Texas. In the 2017 general election, he ran as a candidate for East Grand Bahama constituency for the Free National Movement. Turnquest won his seat in that election and was sworn in as Deputy Prime Minister on May 15th that year. Then August 22nd, 2012, the Free National Movement bid a final farewell to former Cabinet Minister and Party Chairman Charles Maynard in a memorial service at its headquarters on Mackey Street. Days before, Maynard was campaigning for the North Abaco by-election when he collapsed and died. Then party leader Dr. Hubert Minnis and former leader Hubert Ingram remembered his life. In 2016, nearly 2 weeks after the first confirmed case of Zika virus in the Bahamas, health officials reported 3 new cases on New Providence. Pinewood Gardens and Carmichael Road were areas of top concern. At the time, there were 83 suspected cases. 8 of them were pregnant women. In 2019, public service workers battled the elements in a protest over government's failure to pay a $1,200 lump sum payment totaling $20 million The protest came weeks ahead of the new academic year.
Mr. Prime Minister, we ain't gonna be here long, you know. This is ours. And we want it now.
Well, that does it for our news at 7. Megan Shepherd is up next at 7:30. But first, our Danielle Miller is getting her weekend started at the final Goombay Summer Festival on Bay Street. Danielle, how are things looking?
Things are looking great here on Bay, Bethany, and I am here with one of the vendors, Serenity Curry. I met her some time ago out on Montague, and she here today at Goombay, and she gave me Sky Juice and Bahama Mama. Now tell me just a little bit about your Sky Juice in particular, because I told the public I don't drink coconut water, but yours? All right.
Okay, well, our coconut, we've been in the business now from 2011. So Maxie's Coconut Sky Juice, we're here representing the coconut sky juice and also the conch salad. We've been in the tourist industry and also dealing with locals as well from 2011, like I said. And you know, what we do is, the difference between us and everybody else, we use real coconut water. So because we use real coconut water and then we incorporate the sweet milk, it levels it off, and then also, you know, you don't get drunk.
Hold on now, you give me sweet milk? I don't drink sweet milk either. See, I have to ask what you drinking? It was good, girl. And it was just as sweet as this music playing in the background. All I can say is Goombay on Bay is one great time. Y'all need to get down here. People done start coming. You know, the sun has already set. It's starting to become a little cooler because it was hot, y'all. And now it's time to shake a leg. We got Rika C on the stage and some great Bahamian performances. Come on down to Bay. Make plans to come here if you have not already. We here until 12 a.m.
12 a.m. 12 a.m. So, you know, everybody come on out. Let's support each other. You know, it's a local thing. And then we have a lot of tourists there. Like that, you know, come on out and vibe.
Thanks, Serenity. Y'all have my job. All right. All right, guys. Back to you in studio.
Sure. You talked about the drinks. What about the food situation? I am looking for something to grab to eat after news tonight. I think we lost Danielle, Bethany. Oh, there you are.
Oh, I hear you now. I hear you. The music is pretty loud in the background now. I'm here. You'll see me standing. I'm waiting for my lemonade because the lemonade was also something that I noticed that is happening out here fresh. So you have the coconut water that is fresh, and then they're squeezing lemonade, freshly squeezed lemonade. I mean, this is a real Bahamian thing. From you walk in, from you come down Bay Street, you see the big cutout that says Goombay on Bay. Get it? And then you have the photo ops, and as you walk through, you see all of the food. You got wicked wings, you got big reds, I agree. You got food micro. You have so many people out here already taking part in the vendors, getting their stomachs ready for the main event up there on that stage this evening. Megan, come down here. You may not see me. You may see me. If you see me, don't say nothing. Just wave and smile and let's have a good time.
I think you are already having a good time, Danielle. 8 p.m. I will meet you down on Bay for the last night of Goombay. Birthday, would you like to come as well?
I come in too, and I want you to take me to the same vendors so I can have my Sky Juice and lemonade as well.
Gully wash, absolutely. Thanks so much, Danielle. Enjoy. Thanks so much, Birthday. Well, you at home, you've still got a few hours left to catch the final night of Goombay, and we hope you can make it out there. But for now, here are your latest headlines.
Coming up tonight, what if BPL paid you for electricity instead of the other way around? The CEO explains how the Electricity Act could work in your favor if you install solar panels through the right channels. Plus, a school shakeup. The president of the Bahamas Educators Managerial Union says a constant shuffling of administrators is causing a strain within the school system, particularly on the Family Islands. And it's a brand new start for students and staff of UB North. the tertiary institution moving to their new home campus after being relocated to Hurricane Dorian. And later, we're celebrating 30 years in the business. Cable Bahama's group of companies marking the anniversary by giving back in a big way to the customers that supported the company along the journey. We've got the details for these stories and more when our news continues.
It's me, Wednesday Addams. Your life just took a dark turn. I regret to inform you that I have devised the meal of misfortune with Wendy's. It's pure torture for your taste buds, with 4 nightmarish dips of dread. Don't waste my time asking which ones you'll get. You must surrender to your fate. Enjoy the anguish.
Grand Bahama is home to a unique economic arrangement, with that arrangement between government and the Grand Bahama Port Authority under scrutiny as tensions persist.
It's not our direct responsibility to carry out these other things that people think we should be doing.
We need this to be dealt with quicker than quicker and sooner than sooner.
I have a vision for Grand Bahama, and my vision's actually bigger than my grandfather's ever was.
Watch City in Focus, the story of Freeport with Italia Hall, starting August 7th, only on RTV.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home healthcare supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price, and you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you, at the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Port.
Welcome to our news, and thanks so much for joining us tonight. I'm Megan Shepard. If you're considering solar energy, Bahama's Power and Light offers a small and medium-sized scale renewable generation program where customers are rebated at the end of the month. BPL Chief Executive Officer Tony Seymour sharing details of the program at the Office of the Prime Minister's weekly press briefing on Thursday. It comes as Bahamians have been plagued with high power bills and outages this summer, and as the government pushes for cleaner sources of energy. Seymour explains the process.
The Electricity Act allows for you to install solar panels on your home. You would apply to ERCA for approval, you would apply to Ministry of Works, and you would apply to BPL. Once you get your approvals and your installation, we come in, we do our inspections, we change out your meter. And so we record what you use and also what you put back into the grid, and then you receive credits at the end of the month towards your bill.
But she stressed the need for consumers to follow the proper channels or risk running into some challenges.
If you go through the installation without going through the proper channels, we cannot tie you back into the network. We cannot allow that.
A man who claimed a 2021 shooting was to avenge a relative's rape has been jailed for 30 years. Tavare Mijas, otherwise known as Lil Spoon, received the sentence for the attempted murder of Desmond Strap Smith. Mijas said that word on the street was that Smith was responsible for his niece's rape. He said he decided to take matters into his own hands on April 10, 2021, when he saw Smith at the B. Watts liquor store on Bethel Avenue. Smith was killed in an unrelated incident on 2023. In 2013, Mays was sentenced to 10 years in prison for an attempted murder that happened at the same bar. Darren Forbes and Aparicio Fox were watching a basketball game at the bar on December 25, 2010, when Mijas opened fire after eating 3 herb cookies. A terrifying break-in early Thursday morning has led to the arrest of a 35-year-old man. Police say the suspect broke into a home off Montgomery Avenue around 3:30 a.m., armed with a sharp object. Inside, he reportedly tried to sexually assault the woman, but she managed to escape and run for safety. Acting on information, investigators tracked down and arrested the suspect a short time later. Investigations continue. 8 Haitian nationals, 7 men and 1 woman appeared in Magistrate Court number 9 on Thursday before Senior Magistrate Raquel Wims on charges of overstaying. All pleaded guilty and were convicted. Fines ranged between $800 and $3,000, or in default, serve sentences between 2 months and 30 months at the Bahamas Department of Correctional Services. All individuals were ordered to be handed over to the Department of Immigration for deportation upon payment of fines or completion of sentences. As teachers prepare to return to the classroom on Monday, concerns are being raised about whether schools, particularly in the Family Islands, are ready for the new academic year. The Bahamas Educators Managerial Union says hundreds of administrators are facing unexpected reassignments, and many schools remain without proper leadership. Our Davaro Emmanuel has the story.
With teachers reporting to school in just days and students set to follow not long after, union officials says the system is already in disarray. Bahamas Educators Managerial Union President Stephen McPhee represents principals, vice principals, and senior masters and mistresses. He says constant shuffling by the Ministry of Education is creating instability.
This massive reassignment exercise, they call it, and it seems to be one, while in some areas and cases it's needed, most of the times from what we find there is no need to try and rake up and wake up and just move persons, because it appears the ministry's position is, oh, it's reassignment time. And so they're mixing up all of the schools. There's schools that have awesome working administrative teams. Those teams have been broken up. We've asked in meetings why, and we're getting pushback.
The union is also raising red flags over conditions in the Family Islands, where McPhee says posts like vice principals are routinely left vacant, forcing principals and senior teachers to carry extra loads.
We find it mostly out of order and abuse and a breach of the intent of the public service with staffing of schools from management level. But we find in New Providence, you can find high schools, grade 10 to 12 or grade 7 to 9 with all of those posts filled. However, for the past decade or so, we've had Family Island schools where the teachers, students, and community has been disadvantaged.
Our news reached out to officials at the Ministry of Education for a comment, but we were unsuccessful. Now the new school year is about to begin. The union is warning that frustration among members has reached a boiling point.
The next few days in opening is going to be rough. We will no longer continue to serve, to do what is called a favor, only to have the same people who ask us to assist then turn and say, you shall not receive the benefits for which you have been serving. So we think it's grossly wrong, and we're not prepared to do it any further.
Now the union is calling on members of parliament to take inventory of schools in their constituencies to ensure that they're receiving the same level of staffing and support as those in New Providence. Reporting for our news, I'm Davaro Emmanuel.
Thanks so much, Delvado. Well, meantime, UB North marked a fresh chapter this week, welcoming nearly 200 new students to its brand new downtown Freeport campus, housed in the repurposed Kipling building complex. The energy was high as the Student Government Association greeted newcomers with cheers and a lively pep rally. It's a milestone moment for the institution, especially after its original campus was completely destroyed by Hurricane Dorian back in 2019. Dean of Faculty Dr. Veronica Ferguson says the expansion reflects UB North's rapid growth, while Vice President of UB North and Human Resources Denise Barnes says this semester carries even more meaning as students finally have a permanent home.
We have gotten a large number of acceptance, which is usually quite encouraging, but to actually see the acceptance turn into students in seats on first day of orientation is phenomenal. This is a very exciting time. That's one thing. Of course, it's also the start of the fall this is our first fall starting on our new campus. So it's not about students coming in one place and having orientation and then being scattered through to different locations, but this is going to be your home, and we really want to make sure get people off to the right start in their new home.
And as for the new class, many from Grand Bahama, Abaco, and Bimini, the excitement is already building.
I'm actually taking up teaching, so I'm excited to see, like how to become a teacher. I just excited to start my journey.
I'm very, very excited, especially to start this new journey of school. Very, very excited. And it took me a little while, but I overcome my fears and starting this journey. I'm studying to become, to become an HR.
All right, awesome to see UB North in a permanent home. Well, we've still got lots more news to share with you tonight, but first, meteorologist Greg Thompson joins us for your first look at temperatures. Greg, happy Friday.
Yeah, thanks, Megan, and a good Friday evening, everybody. A warm day around the islands. Had some off and on showers here in the capital and around the family of islands. It is still warm outside. 88 degrees is our current temperature with a northwest wind at 5 miles per hour. Feels like temperature, factoring in the humidity, it feels like 96 out there, so it's very, very humid on the outside. Satellite radar composite. Leftover moisture from Aaron still across our area, bringing us those showers and thunderstorms today. We will continue its trend through tonight and into tomorrow as some of that moisture lingers around. Most of the moisture will be pooling to the north of us, though, across the Florida state, so they're going to see more activity, but can't rule out 1 or 2 thunderstorms across Grand Bahama and Abaco as well. That's a quick check on conditions around the islands. Stick with us, a look at the weekend forecast and the tropics still to come.
When our news comes back from the break, we're giving back. Cable Bahamas is celebrating 30 years with tons of prizes and surprises. We'll tell you how the company plans to continue to say thank you to its customers. And later, the importance of support. Our Sasha Lightborn tells us the crucial role parents played in cheering on Team Bahamas to victory. These details still to come.
In the Bahamas, island time is real. The history of Morris Lumber Company, established in 1945, is etched into the fabric of this proud island nation. It's a story that deserves to be celebrated in full color, and that's where we come in. Morris the Paint Place has been bringing color and vitality to homes and businesses across the Bahamas. Here, color is more than just a hue, it's a symbol of life. Together, we can paint a brighter future.
Whether you're battling a chronic condition or offsetting a new injury, Doctors Hospital's comprehensive rehab services offer the help you need now.
Go to doctors.
3 advanced facilities at Collins Avenue, Carmichael Road, and Cable Beach means your personalized plan for care is just a visit away. From physiotherapy to occupational therapy and speech and language pathology, our team approach is all about rebuilding together. For a full list of services, visit doctorshosp.com/rehabilitation. Doctors Hospital, trusted and best care now. Isn't your health worth it?
At Strucker.
Cable Bahamas is marking its 30th anniversary by giving back to the customers who've supported the company over the decades. The company is rolling out a months-long celebration with prizes and special events. Go-to market specialist for Alive, Shelby Hanna, says the company is also bringing the celebration directly to customers across the country. This month, they're in the Marathon Mall.
Alive is all about family. We want to make you feel like family, and so our greatest initiative or our greatest purpose here is to just give back. So once you are a part of us, celebrating 30 is a big deal. So we want to make you feel special. For August, we're here at the mall at Marathon. September, we are going to be at Harbor Bay, and of course, we're going to visit the Family Islands as well. We're not missing out the Family Islands, so stay tuned. Check your emails again to get the dates and everything.
The giveaways range from smartphones to drones to flat-screen televisions, with winners selected throughout the remainder of the year. Today, we spoke with a husband and wife who walked away with a 43-inch flat-screen TV and another winner who claimed a new smartphone.
First, when they called me last night,
I thought it was like a joke. Somebody was joking. And my husband said, wow, if that is true, look at God. Because we was just trying to purchase a new TV. And there
Look at God.
It's right there.
When I said, wow, me for real? Because I don't win anything, and so I was really elated and I could use the phone.
Coming up in sports, players look ahead to the America. In volleyball, the men are through to the semifinals at CBC. Buddy's Elite 24 camp concludes. And of course, we wrap things up with your 10YS Plays of the Week.
In the Bahamas, island time is real. The history of Morris Lumber Company, established in 1945, is etched into the fabric of this proud island nation. It's a story that deserves to be.
At Struckham, we're all about peace of mind. With the latest tools and technology like PestPack, managing pest control just got easier. At Struckham, we're all about peace of mind. With the latest tools and technology like PestPack, managing pest control just got easier. It's simple. Log on to the portal to review past services or monitor trends. Just tap Service Reports to access detailed records and see how we're keeping your business pest-free. You can even customize permissions so your teams in maintenance and health and safety have real-time access to everything they need. With PestPack, you're in control, anytime, anywhere. Get ready to simplify pest management with just a few taps.
Welcome to Our Sports, presented by 10th year seniors here at Bahama for ESPN's Fantasy Football Ultimate Draft Weekend. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. Let's do show. We're less than 24 hours away from tip-off in Managua, Nicaragua at the FIBA America, and Team Bahamas is prepared to take on one of the toughest fields the program has ever faced. After 10 days of training camp, we get to the games that count, the first of 3 in the group stage, the USA. Facing the world's greatest international basketball superpower and with a first-time head coach in Lou Rawls-Nairn Jr., Team Bahamas remains confident in keeping the momentum going that they built over the last few years.
Man, I mean, this is what it's all about, man. Tom, along with myself, has came through the program for a very long time. He has always been a vocal leader, and I think the fact that he was a coach by profession and making the jump from player to coach, the timing is perfect, and the timing is now.
The Bahamas will follow with a back-to-back against Brazil Sunday night, a scheduled day off on Monday, and a matchup against Uruguay the following day.
It's great to go out and give it our best shot, you know what I mean? I think we got the caliber team to go out and compete with those teams. So just coming out and competing and doing the right things and, making sure we minimize mistakes and doing those kind of things to help us win the games.
The Buddy Hield Elite 24 basketball camp gives local players and coaches the opportunity to learn what it takes to take their game to the next level. Hield's 3-day camp concluded this afternoon following several sessions of on-the-court instruction and off-the-court mentoring to the country's best young players. Coaches were also on hand to benefit from the way Hield and his group of instructors taught the game.
I'm just trying to leave an impact and leave a presence and know that those kids, we still care about them. And, we all have our story. We just got to write it a different way. But if we can go in and touch kids and people's lives, that's my calling, and I'm going to try to take advantage of that as possible.
Mixed results last night for local volleyball fans as the Kazova Senior Championships continue. The Bahamas' men's team struggled in Pool A, but defeated Barbados in 5 sets to advance to tonight's semifinals, 22-25, 25-29, 25-20, 18-25, 15-12. They face a rematch against the defending champion Suriname tonight at 8 p.m. The women lost the 5th place game to Suriname in 3 sets and concluded the tournament winless. We already know what the top play is going to be next week. That's me hoisting the trophy from ESPN's Ultimate Fantasy Football Draft Weekend. But for now, let's take a look back at the week that was. Let's get started at 5, your weekly update on the 30-30 tracker. Jazz goes deep again for number 22. At 4, Dominic Bridgewater on the break, and if your point guard can't do this nowadays, I don't know if you have much of a chance. We do though. At 3, JJ puts the defender in the spin cycle, top of the key, and drains it. Deepest bag of any Bahamian hooper out there. I said what I said. At 2, Lennox Lockhart, back in the winner's circle. Some people drive cards pretty fast. He drives faster. And at 1, still celebrating winners all week long, and nobody was a bigger one than Eliza Denning, making history with her gold medal at the Junior Pan Am Games in the Ilka 6. That'll do it for our sports. This is 10YS. You know, winning this fantasy football trophy might be the most important project 10YS has ever done. It's a big responsibility. It's like putting the entire country on your back. Back to the studio.
Still ahead on our news tonight, taking 242 to the world. Team Bahamas swarmed with support in Barbados as swimmers claimed their third consecutive win at the Goodwill Games. But first, Greg steps back in the weather center. He's got a complete look at your forecast across the country for the weekend ahead. Stick with us.
Every week, one show drives the national conversation. On the Record. We challenge the issues, ask the tough questions, and dig deeper. We bring in the experts, the decision makers, and the voices that matter. Our discussions shape policy, influence change, and inform the public like no other. Join us every Thursday at 8 p.m. and again on Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Catch us streaming live on Facebook or catch up with your favorite episodes on our YouTube channel. The conversations that shape the Bahamas start here, on the Record.
What do you get when you're searching for the whole truth?
Less than 24 hours after the body of 12-year-old was discovered on a track road on Faith Avenue, police say
You get the most comprehensive half hour of news.
Breach of the party's constitution.
Behind me is what remains of the Victoria Court apartment complex.
Our News at 7 brings you that truth in all of the day's top stories, sports, and our view of the world. Join me, Candino Knowles, weeknights for Our News at 7. Stay with the team you already trust.
From 2017, one show has set the standard for current affairs in the Bahamas, and that's On the Record, one of the longest running current affairs shows on RTV. We've been the place where newsmakers come to talk. We've sat down with leaders in government, cultural icons, industry leaders, and international experts. From breaking news to in-depth analysis, our conversation sets the tone for the nation. We've tackled the biggest issues on the planet, held world leaders accountable, and given voice to the people. From politics to culture, business to the environment, no topic is off limits. Join us every Thursday at 8 p.m. and again on Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Catch us streaming live on Facebook or catch up with your favorite episodes on our YouTube channel. 9 seasons strong, and we're just getting started. This is On the Record.
This is our news. Welcome back. We still have that moisture plume across our area, courtesy of Erin, which is well to the northeast of our area, and it's become a very large and powerful storm. The system will continue to pull towards the north and eastern way. But we do have that moisture plume bringing us some scattered showers and some isolated thunderstorms. We had 1 or 2 of those here in the capital today. We will continue that trend through tonight and into tomorrow as that moisture plume stays with us. Most of it remaining across Florida. They will see more of the action, but we can't rule out those showers and thunderstorms as well. Taking a look at the tropics, as I mentioned, Erin, the current position places Erin at 38.8 degrees north, 63.1 west, 92 mile per hour winds, and its movement is very quickly towards east-northeast at 28 miles per hour, so that system is well racing towards the northeast. It will continue to pull away, becoming likely post-tropical tonight, and eventually by the early part of next week, we will not be talking too much about Erin. The remainder of the tropics, we have a couple of tropical waves, one approaching the Leeward Islands, moving well to the northeast of that. Nash hurricane giving that a 80% chance for formation. Then we have one in central Atlantic that has about a 40% chance for some kind of organization. And then we have a strong one coming off of Africa, so the tropics getting busy. Time to get your hurricane plans in order. Future forecast showing the moisture across our area with that trailing trough from Erin, keeping most of it across the northwest Bahamas. Central Bahamas getting in on some of the action on Saturday, but most of the action will stay across the northwest Bahamas into early next week. Boating forecast, northwest and central Bahamas. We still have that advisory for the Atlantic side due to the swells and high rip current risk. South to southwest winds, 5 to 10 knots. Rather, seas 2 to 3 feet inside the islands, but up to 5 to 7 feet along Atlantic exposures. While in the southeast Bahamas, much the same advisory for the Atlantic side, east to southeast winds, 10 to 15 knots. Seas running 2 to 4 feet. Near shore, building 5 to 7 feet offshore. Here's a look now at your national forecast. In the extended forecast, off and on showers tomorrow with that lingering moisture across the area. We should start drying out by Sunday, and those temperatures will start to climb into the mid-90s. Look at that Tuesday, 93 degrees is expected. So that heat advisory looks like it's going to run into next week. That's a look at our weather. Make it a safe night. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Thanks, Greg. One of the most critical things in any athlete's life is support, and that was definitely not an issue in Barbados when Team Bahamas secured their 3rd consecutive title at the Goodwill Games. As Sasha Lightbourne tells us, parents, guardians, friends, and supporters showed up and showed out.
When the 40-member team left for Barbados last Wednesday for the 29th edition of the Goodwill Games, the Bahamas Air Charter was not only filled with coaches, medical staff, and team management, but also parents, family, friends, sponsors, and other supporters. In Barbados, that support was paramount. Many swimmers shared with me that they use the crowd's energy to push them through their races. With drums, horns, and cowbells, parents and supporters filled an entire section of the Aquatic Center for 3 straight days of competition, many leaving Barbados on Monday with no voice at all. Crystal Feast, the mother of Lyndon Feast, served in 2 capacities, as a sponsor and a parent.
You want to be there to know that their support system, that home base, is there for them. And even though in Lyndon's case, his family support system is there for him, we are also here as a support system for all of the children, for Team Bahamas.
Nyla Benaby had standout performances throughout the games. Last year, she competed with Team Barbados in St. Lucia, but this year it was all Team Bahamas, with her mother, Alexandria, right there cheering her on.
We're her biggest supporters. At the end of the day, it's her first, it's Team Bahamas, but it was also nostalgic for us returning to Barbados, seeing friends, seeing persons we consider to be family, so it was a great experience.
Grace Nottage, who took home the High Point Trophy in the girls 9 to 10 category, also had family in the stands. Here's her sister, Gabby Mortimer.
I think having that physical connection and just knowing that Grace, knowing that we're there in the stands with her, supporting her, gives her really that encouragement to push on and push forward to do her best.
Sean Monroe Jr. and Kimani Cooper also had their fathers in Barbados to support them.
They are the future of the country, so I had the opportunity that I can be here to support my son and the kids, the federation and the country, and it was an awesome experience.
So once he's anywhere, you hear the term, that's mommy's baby. So she says that with joy, or once he has that, it gives him that energy and that drive to do what he has to do in the water to compete.
Now, our news understands that the games are expected to be hosted in 2026 by Trinidad and Tobago. Reporting for our news, I'm Sasha Lightbourne.
All right, great report, Sasha. Thank you so much for that. And with that, we thank you so much for joining us for our news tonight. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Megan Shepherd. We'll see you right back here tomorrow night for our news weekend. Have a safe and wonderful evening. Hey guys, Megan Shepherd here. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to hit that follow button if you'd like to see more content like this. Follow all of the Our News social media pages so you never miss out on the top stories from the team you already trust.